Welcome to this episode about Unpacking Early Start reports. Early Start responses entered in OneSchool provide a range of student reports to help teachers and schools understand individual student needs and the next steps in planning for literacy and numeracy. Early Start reports give cohort, class, and individual student literacy and numeracy data, monitor and track student literacy and numeracy progress, and can be colour-coded and filtered through Excel to make analysis of data easy and effective. To support colour coding of Early Start data, the Working with Early Start Assessment Exports in Excel document can be found in OneSchool Help. Early Start data in OneSchool provides schools with instant access to a variety of reports. Early Start reports can be accessed in OneSchool by navigating to the Reports tab, then selecting Curriculum in the drop-down menu. Early Start reports that teachers can access are Early Start Assessment Results by Question, Early Start Assessment Results by Student, Early Start Assessment Student Reports, Early Start Student Summary Report, and Early Start Assessment Summary by class or year level. Let's take a closer look at each of these reports and how to analyse the data of each. The Early Start Assessment Results by Question report provides teachers with information for each item in each of the assessment junctures and identifies individual student responses. This allows teachers to interrogate questions where students may display varying degrees of knowledge and understanding. This supports teachers to target teaching as needed. In addition, teachers have an opportunity to look for anomalies in the data and to triangulate the data with other sources to confirm findings. Using this report also allows teachers to align planning of particular skills to the Australian curriculum and set goals for individual students. The Early Start Assessment Results by Student report allows teachers to see at a glance student responses for a complete assessment. It allows the teacher to target particular student learning strengths and areas that may require support. It also allows teachers to set goals with individual students in literacy and numeracy. The Early Start Assessment Student report allows teachers to take an in-depth look at individual students. Teachers are able to analyse individual student responses across each assessment task to identify gaps and set learning goals with students. The Early Start Assessment Student report displays observations and comments teachers have noted for individual students, providing a rich picture of student understanding. A number of Early Start reports represent student progress using graphs. To interpret these graphs, it is important to understand the developmental model of growth that underpins Early Start. The Early Start assessments were designed to determine where students are in their learning against a scale of literacy and numeracy growth. The scales were developed by the Australian Council for Educational Research, ACER, in their extensive longitudinal literacy and numeracy study and calibrated with Queensland students. The majority of students will be positioned within the grey bars, with a small number of students outside of this range. An advantage of using Early Start is that questions are designed to demonstrate the range of student development and growth. The graphs in Early Start reports show student achievement in relation to the average, indicated by the position of the dot above or below the line. This is compared to their achievement in the previous assessment, indicated by the colour of the dot. Black lines on the Early Start graphs show the average achievement of Queensland students for that assessment. The colour of the dots are a key. Black dots indicate that the student has not completed a previous assessment. Green dots indicate the student has demonstrated improvement based on their previous achievement. Yellow dots mean the student has demonstrated understanding of concepts the same as their previous achievement. And red dots indicate that the student has demonstrated an understanding of concepts less than their previous achievement. The Early Start Student Summary Report allows teachers to see at a glance individual students' progress after the completion of end-of-prep assessments compared to their previous task for literacy and numeracy. The Early Start Assessment Summary by class or year level provides teachers with two options to analyse class or year level data. The Early Start Assessment Summary Report can be sorted by score or student name. The Sorted by Score view orders student assessment results from the lowest score to the highest score, allowing teachers to see at a glance students who they may target for further investigation and support. The Sorted by Student Name view orders students in alphabetical order. This view may be helpful for teachers or school leaders looking for patterns in the data for a year level or cohort of students. The Student Dashboard on OneSchool provides a quick overview of student progress in Early Start. Navigate to the Student Dashboard by clicking on Student, Student Profile, enter student details and click on the View icon, then Dashboard. Select Early Start to show Early Start literacy and numeracy data on graphs for those assessments where all questions have been completed for that student. As with the Early Start Student Summary Report, the Early Start literacy and numeracy data on the student dashboard identifies student achievement compared to their previous task. One of the great benefits of Early Start is that results are automatically mapped to appropriate markers on the P10 literacy continuum. This allows for ongoing monitoring of students' literacy development and supports teachers to identify student strengths, challenges and next steps in literacy learning. Early Start, used in conjunction with the literacy continuum, allows schools and teachers to monitor student literacy and numeracy progress across the early years of schooling. Many Early Start responses provide teachers with the opportunity to monitor students' authentic demonstration of continuum markers. For more information, visit the Early Start page on the Learning Place or contact the Early Start team.